So the lesson objective is I can use zeros to write a polynomial function. So how to write a polynomial function out of given zeros? So the first step is you're going to take your factors, which are 1, 2, and 5, and you'll set them each equal to 0. Equal to x. So you're going to add or subtract to both sides, and what you want is to have each side equal to 0. And specifically, I'm going to say left-hand side here. So we'll have from our current zeros, x minus 1 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0, and x minus 5 equals 0. So then our polynomial function, which is our last step, is to write a polynomial f of x out of our factors. So these right here are all of our factors. And we want a product, so that means multiplying. So we'll have f of x is x minus 1 times x minus 2 times x minus 5. Now that we have the idea, we can go a little bit faster here. So we'll set each 0 equal to x. And now we're going to add or subtract to both sides to have x plus or minus some constant equals 0. So then we'll have, from our first one, x plus 7 equals 0. Then we'll have x plus 1 equals 0. And then we'll have x minus 3 equals 0. And then we just do our last step of putting it all together. So this is step 1, this is step 2, and then this is step 3. We have f of x is x plus 7 times x plus 1 times x minus 3. We're going to do the same steps here. We're going to have x equal each factor. Then we're going to rewrite each 0 as a linear factor. So we'll have x plus 2 equals 0, x plus 4 over 3 equals 0, x minus 2 equals 0. And then as our last step, we'll put this all together. And we'll have x plus 2 times x plus 4 over 3 times x minus 2, and this will all equal f of x. Here we have an example where we have a plus or minus. So what that means is you have x equals square root of 2, and you also have x equals negative square root of 2. And then you have x equals 1, so this is step 1. And again, this means plus or minus, so you'll have two values. And then you'll have each linear factor equal to 0. So you have x minus radical 2 equals 0, x plus radical 2 equals 0, and then x minus 1 equals 0. And then we'll put this all together at the very end. And we'll have x minus, let me give myself a little bit more space. So we have f of x is x minus square root of 2 times x plus square root of 2 times x minus 1. Here we have two plus or minuses. So our first step is we'll list all of our zeros. We have x equals 2 square root of 3, x equals negative 2 square root of 3, x equals 1, x equals negative 1. Step 2, x minus 2 square root of 3 equals 0, x plus 2 square root of 3 equals 0, x minus 1 equals 0, x plus 1 equals 0, and then we'll put this all together at the end, and we'll have f of x equals x minus 2 square root of 3 times x plus 2 square root of 3 times x minus 1 times x plus 1. Here we have examples with multiplicity. So what that means is we just do everything the same, but then we count multiplicity at the end. So it's the same process, but we count the multiplicity of the respective linear factor at the end. So we have x equals negative 1. This is 3 times. And we have x equals 5 over 4. So then we have, so this is step 1. Step 2, we have x plus 1 equals 0. X minus 5/4 equals 0. But technically, this is x plus 1 cubed equals 0. That's the 3 times part. So then our final step is we have f of x is x plus 1 quantity cubed times x minus 5 over 4. So we have the conjugate root theorem. If a polynomial function has a complex zero at a plus bi, then its conjugate a minus bi is also a complex zero. So what we do here is whenever you see a complex zero here, you always tell yourself you have a negative times that complex zero. So then you do the same process. So you have x minus 5 equals 0, x minus 3i equals 0, x plus 3i equals 0, and then you have f of x is x minus 5 times x minus 3i times x plus 3i. Here we have plus or minus square root of 6 and 2i. So we also have negative 2i here. So we have x is square root. I'm not going to do all that. We're going to have x plus square root of 6 equals 0. X minus square root of 6 equals 0. X plus 2i equals 0. X minus 2i equals 0. So then our final answer is x plus square root of 6 times x minus square root of 6 times x plus 2i times x minus 2i. All right, so here we have plus or minus 2 radical 5 and negative I. So we also have positive I here. So we're going to have x plus 2 square root of 5 equals, I'm writing square root of 2, equals 0. X minus 2 square root of 5 equals 0. X minus I equals 0. X plus I equals 0. So then we have f of x is x plus 2 square root of 5 times x minus 2 square root of 5 times x plus I times x minus I. Here our zeros are negative 4 and 3 plus I. So you're going to have a negative 3 plus I as well. So then you'll have x plus 4 equals 0. X minus 3 plus I equals 0. X minus negative 3 plus I equals 0. So this negative here becomes a positive. So it's x plus 3 plus I equals 0. And then you just rewrite it with everything. F of x is x plus 4 times x minus 3 plus I times x plus 3 plus I. Here we have negative 4 over 3, and we have negative 2i, so we can rewrite this. The negative 2i means we have also positive 2i. So then we'll have f of x is x plus 4 over 3 times x plus 2i times x minus 2i. At the end of this lesson, you can use given zeros to write a polynomial function.